All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. We are live and we're talking about the Detroit Lions top 3 moves of the offseason. We each have 3. Craig, I'll throw it to you first. Give me your best one, and then
Oh,
I know that you and I both have a little sneaky one at the end. So, what do you got first?
okay. All right. So I don't know if this is my best one, but it's the first one I have in my list right
First one.
here.
I should have said
So I'm going to
first.
say first one. Like you're putting all this pressure. Like the first one I have to say is just fantastic. But I think one of the best moves they made was a move they didn't make. And it was not panicking on quarterback.
Mm,
I think you could easily panic, and then you watch the NFL draft and you see where these guys are drafted. So you have Pickett at 20, and then not till like 70s and then 80s. And I mean, it was just so far down that you realize most of the league doesn't view these guys as elite either. So
exactly.
instead of panicking when we needed other positions, we're like, no, we're still good with Jared Goff. We have 2 first-round picks next year. We can move where we need to move in order to get a quarterback next year, because there's very likely 4 quarterbacks coming out next year that are better than Pickett. So, like, it's one of those things where it's like, all right, we didn't panic at quarterback and we were good. We didn't panic at quarterback when we moved up to number 12. We didn't panic when we were at 46. And we didn't panic when we were at 97. And that makes me very happy.
And so I had that as well. I had that we
Nice.
didn't get a QB. That's something that we were just so like nervous about that we would just take one. It's like
Yeah.
we just have so many holes. Can we just give Goff a shot with a decent roster? Because I don't know if he's good. I really don't know anything about this guy. I
No.
thought I did. I don't know. So I've got the same one. I'll give you my number 2.
Hey,
Um
while you're giving number 2,
yeah.
the people that are watching live right now, tell us what you think is the best offseason move that the Detroit Lions had. Like, let's do it. Let's look at
Yep.
that too. Go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
Love it. No, absolutely. Let us know. And that, so my number 2 is the trade up. I just thought that was, I never thought I'd be saying this, but we trade up from 32 to 12. You and I said I really see no reason that you should move up in this draft.
Right.
We said it the whole time. So when we were together live and we move up to, 12, we're both like, nope, don't like this. I don't care what we're doing. I don't care who we draft. There's no way this is good. When in fact, all the details come out, we basically lost a 3rd round pick. We still
Yeah.
had a 3rd round pick. So we lost an extra that we had. So we keep 2 first round picks, a second, a
Yes.
third. And it's just like, okay,
That works.
it was awesome. So that was my favorites. That was one of our best. And then we get the right guy, but just the mechanics of making that trade in the heat of the moment, people are flying off the board, and you got to try to, get the best deal, but still get it done. And we do. And
Oh.
that's like Brad Holmes, you the man.
Well, and that's the thing. Like when we were watching it, me and you were both team trade down. Like
Yes.
we've always been team trade down. And when we traded up, I was like, oh no, right? And then as we're saying it, like I'm gonna show this one. And
Yeah.
Nathan's like, I was so scared we were trading up at 12 to draft a quarterback. Because like, what else would we have been trading up for?
Oh, I had
Like
no idea.
it was either quarterback, Kyle Hamilton, and then what none of us expected, which was Jameson Williams,
It
right?
yes. And that's what made it so cool. Is I think Jameson Williams all of a sudden is there, and we're not even, he's not even on my radar. It's like, and that was huge. So that was my second one. What's your second top offseason move that they did?
Yeah, the second top season move that wasn't English. Whatever. Everybody knows what question you asked me. Was we're going for elite upside in the draft, and I don't want to say, oh, we drafted Hutch, we drafted Williams, and I know that this is a thing that worked, and it kind of plays along with this comment right here, where he said no QB in the draft and no trade for Debo. And that's I was all about that too, because I'm like, I don't want to trade for Debo and pay him tons and tons and tons of money. Like that's not what I want to do. And then we go get Jameson Williams. So now all of a sudden, we arguably, when you look at it from a talent standpoint, have the best defensive player in the draft. And we might have drafted the most like the best playmaking offensive player in the
Exactly.
draft. So let's go for elite talent. It doesn't always work, and I understand that. But we went for elite talent because that's what wins in this league. You need to have players that are elite at certain positions that can go out and make a play. You can't just be average Joe across the whole team and expect to win,
No, and
especially if you don't have a great quarterback.
absolutely, we don't have a great quarterback. But when you look at position groups, it's like, okay, what position group do I want to be elite? Well, wide receiver. And now we're working on that. What's another position group I want to be just really good? Offensive line. Like,
Absolutely.
right? And so we've got that. I would like one position group on defense to be elite. We're working on the D line, but that's to
Yeah,
your
we are.
point. Hey, let's go get elite. I mean, we're not elite at running back. We're really good. Like, hey, cool, but man, let's get elite and stop trying to be like, hey, we got an even keel team. It's like you need those outliers to help make things happen.
Yeah. But again, people prove that it's hard to be elite at running back, and the shelf life elite at running back is so short. But if you're elite on the offensive line, you're very good at running back for however long that offensive line is intact. So
Absolutely.
I'm good with that for sure. What's your number 3? You said we were saving the sneaky one. You've already done 2, right?
Yep, I've done 2.
Um,
This is my last one. This is my
yeah.
sneaky one that I was promising. So my sneaky last
Sneaky.
favorite move is the re-signing of Josh Reynolds. And so let me
Oh,
unpack that for you.
yes.
So Josh Reynolds,
Nice.
why I think this is so big. He comes in, instant chemistry. You could just tell Goff is able to just throw it to him. Like, poor guy, like seriously, Goff, the first half of the year, I mean, what is he throwing to? So he comes in as an instant connection there. And then I think
Yeah.
we forget that. So he actually played with Goff. So that's, for 6 or however many games. But Chark is like coming off an injury, hasn't played.
Yeah.
You've got Williams, who's not
ACL.
going to play right away.
Yeah, ACL.
So you've got St. Brown and Reynolds. So if Reynolds doesn't re-sign, we're back to St. Brown and Cephas and Tom Kennedy, our boy, and Khalif
I hope nobody
Raymond.
gets really offended about the Tom Kennedy stuff.
Exactly.
I love Tom Kennedy. I just don't want him to be one of my wide receivers.
I don't want him my top guy. So you've
I
got
want him to be a top 3.
so you're just without Reynolds, you would be back to like where we were last year. So it's like Reynolds is back, St. Brown is there.
Yep.
They played together last year, showed that they can at least be okay. Then we're going to add Chark, see how that looks and how that feels, but he's going to be able to be there. And then we bring in Williams to really like, okay, now we're all set. But he at least just stabilizes that wide receiver room where we were really just burned last year with like, we got nobody. Like, what are we doing at wide receiver? So that is something I'm like, that's a nice pickup to bring him back. I love that. So that's my sneaky one.
Yeah. And Ezekiel here, he's saying Josh is a safety net, ideal wide receiver 3 or 4. Agreed.
Exactly.
100%. And that's why I love it, because it wasn't expensive. He is that safety net. And I love having a 3rd or 4th receiver that Goff is comfortable with, because it's not likely that Chark and Williams are going to play in every game. So Reynolds is going to have to come in, be that outside threat, allow Hawkinson and St. Brown to move inside, like on the inside of the field. Like, let's go. That's what we need. So that is a sneaky good signing.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, you're welcome. So my sneaky one, I don't know how sneaky it is. Again, it's another one of the things we didn't do. We didn't go out and overspend on the big names in free agency. The biggest money we gave was to Chark, and that was a 1-year prove it deal. It's not like we did a bunch of money over. The next 2 guys we paid the most were in-house guys. We didn't go out and go crazy in the free agent market. We did another video about this that I think is coming out tomorrow, right? Where we talked about what it looks like to develop talent. And that's what we're banking on. And that's what I love. We're building through the draft. And so instead of going and spending all of our draft capital on one player, we're like, no, we're going to get elite talent in the draft, and we're going to keep our base, our average players, we're going to keep them in here, and we're not going to overspend on them. I think that's a big deal.
I totally agree. And that's what we just wanted. This is what we wanted to see when we hired Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell. Like, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's what's going to last. I mean, just going out and signing, the names are there. I get the names, and it's what we grew up on and we've watched for the last 10 years in the NFL.
Yeah.
They're done. Like, it's just crazy how it happens, but you hit 28, 29, 30, you're done.
Fall fast. I hate to say it, but it's true. You really, really do. And so, like, when we're doing this, the way teams win in the NFL is to have the most talent on rookie contracts humanly possible.
Yes.
Like that's the way you win. And preferably at a quarterback position, like an elite quarterback on a rookie contract. Here's your Super Bowl. But like, thank you, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, like, there's a lot of guys that have done that. But if you can have elite players, even though it's hard to do, on rookie contracts, you're going to win. So instead of spending big in free agency, you use that capital to go up in the draft. You get elite players. Life is doing good.
I love
Truly.
it. Yep, I love it. So I think we just made a lot of smart stuff. We've got a long way to go, but we're at least doing the right thing. So, hey, hope you've enjoyed this live. We want to jump on and get live, but also give you a good solid video. So leave a comment, hit that subscribe
this
button.
Is great.
Yeah. Is anything else, Craig?
No, I think like, hey, we're going to try and do this quick little live video every once in a while, week to week. We'll see what it evolves into, but awesome seeing quite a few of you on here. I was kind of surprised by that. We got numbers that were close to when we were doing the draft.
I know. That's
so
cool.
that was kind of fun, but yeah. Did you already tell them to subscribe?
Do it. And yeah, more videos coming. We do Lions and Pistons. So if you like those, hit that subscribe button
right now, but they're coming.
Yeah, they're coming. They're coming.
So, no, it's good being here.
Yeah,
good being here.
We'll see all of you on the next one.
See you.
See ya.